here I'm going to rationalize the denominator like we do in the Prepare for Class question 4 of section 4.1. In actuality, we do not test rationalizing the denominator in Math 97, and the only place you're likely to need this will be when you get into Math 141 or 142. We used to have to always rationalize the denominator in order to compare our fractions, because I certainly don't know what the square root of 5 is, so it's difficult for me to estimate how much 3 divided by 1 plus the square root of 5 is, where it's close to. With calculators, however, it's really easy to calculate this. We used to have to always rationalize the denominator because, of course, we didn't always carry calculators around with us. To rationalize the denominator, when I have a number plus a radical, an integer plus a radical here in my denominator, it helps if I remember that, well, I can multiply it by something that's going to eliminate those middle terms when I expand things out, so that all I have is integers. So if I think back to a plus b, and if I multiply a plus b times a minus b and expand this out, I'm going to end up with a squared minus ab plus ab minus b squared. This, of course, equals a squared minus b squared. I'm going to do a very similar thing here, only instead of multiplying by whole numbers or real numbers or rational numbers, I guess these are all still real numbers, I'm going to multiply by the conjugate, the number that's going to eliminate this middle here. And so that's going to have the opposite sign here. This is addition, this will be subtraction, everything else will be the same. Of course, to keep my fraction equal, I have to multiply the numerator by the same thing. Yes, I'm still going to end up with an irrational number, but I'm going to have a denominator that is rational. So for my numerator, I'm going to multiply 3 times 1, and I'm going to multiply 3 times negative square root of 5. That's my new numerator. My denominator, I'm going to multiply 1 times 1. I'm going to multiply 1 times negative square root of 5. Square root of 5 times 1. And square root of 5 times negative square root of 5. Of course, I need to simplify this. My numerator is already simplified. My denominator is going to be 1 minus 5, because these, of course, add to 0. And the square root of 5 squared is 5. So that, of course, is 3 minus 3 square root of 5. There's my numerator, over 1 minus 5, negative 4. To keep all the math people happy, I would put my negative up here. That way we're less likely to lose it. Of course, I would simplify if I could. I checked. There's nothing I can factor out of both the numerator and denominator to make it a simpler problem. Again, we do not have to do this in Math 97. There will be no question on any quiz or test asking you to rationalize this type of denominator.